Okay, I'm Charles Clermont. I co-founded an IT professional company in 2004, Synaltic. Our mission is to help our customer to create data-intensive application. I will better introduce myself next slide. I went to thanks Dremio and Subsurface Conf team to accept my talk and proposal. I'm very happy to be there. Today, I want to share some view and opinion about data platform, data project, data culture. I will explain quickly how we started. I will focus on open source. For me, is where innovation are born. I will next focus on architecture and show how data architecture could be simple. And finally, I will show you an example of architecture with Dremio to deliver your insight with a streaming manner. By the way, I will be in the theme of my talk from business intelligence to streaming decision. To introduce myself, I started in a sport media startup. In this young career, I quickly face heavy load on the website of the company and the application that we put in production. After that, I developed Java application. I work with ERP solution. And finally, after 3 years of this short career, we started our company Synaltic and focused mainly on business intelligence and data integration. Today we participate with the French Ministry of the Youth and Sports to create the first global directory of association or foundation, Data Asso. Okay, how we started? Since the beginning of Synaltic, we want to deliver performant BI architecture with respect best practices. I spent some weeks understanding all the concepts that Ralph Kimball introduced with building data warehouse. Today, data warehouse is not based on the same architecture as before. Kimball modelization is not so prevalent today in cloud data warehouse. Five trends shared a benchmark about star schema where they show that it's not so appropriate today in cloud data warehouse. But we have to know that Kimball presented concept like semi-additive measure. Think you have to know to be relevant in your data platform and data modelization. In the beginning, we met some consultants from the Big Four who explained us that open source business intelligence will not exist. They were very clairvoyant. Around 2004 or 2007, many open source business intelligence components were available to deliver data projects. At Synaltic, we want our customer and their user to be educated with the data culture to get more and more value. So open source give us this ability to focus on technology, but also on the culture of data. In fact, platform like Spago BI, Jaspersoft, or Pentao package open source component to offer this global answer to our customer need. A big thanks to Julian Hyde, who built the Mondrian OLAP engine. He also the creator of Apache Kafka, which is one of the most embedded library to build SQL engine today. Today we talk a lot about data mesh, but we came from software development, ERP integration. So plan a project by domain with dependency contracts is our how we structure today our data projects since 2012. We have various integration to build, in fact, our data project. For us, Tableau software is very helpful to achieve such approach. Okay. Open source is one of the game changers, but we can also observe that Hadoop finally introduced the separation of the compute and the storage, things like schema on read also. The cloud bring us the flexibility we need. Also get something like the immediate architecture. You go to the cloud and you take your service and voila. Cloud storage also with the no limit data lake. It's also cheaper and become a universal storage today. And we could also be quite. We could also say that the performance of the cloud data storage are bluffy. Streaming also give us a way to think again how we transport data. Self-service, Trifacta and Tableau open the door of the self-service. Now the motto is give business users the control of the data. Okay, Dremio changed the thing today, and all is very simple. All those solutions and tools and methods were very relevant for our activity, but at all, it's quite complicated. Data Federation, as Dremio introduced it, it's a game changer too, with the no-copy approach. With acceleration, Dremio reinvent how we could manage our data project. Dremio is the foundation of the data mesh. All members of the data community of an organization could fully achieve their objective. With domain space, virtual data sets, which is the data contract, Dremio proposed a cool refresh of data management. If we faced objective of organization, data-driven, data literacy, give business users the control of data, data is placed ultimately as the heart of the information system. In fact, data is the new oil. With that kind of architecture, Dremio is a simple architecture. Now, with the lakehouse, Dremio opened a new perspective. Since last week, on the homepage of Dremio, we have this kind of schema. I receive it like a present. Those schema give us the perspective on how Dremio becomes versatile. Dremio does not replace other components of the data management stack. Instead, Dremio sublimes them, accelerate insight, share and secure data access. And you can also now with Apache Iceberg build some ETL pipeline, create 360 degree customer data platform. You can provide verified data set for your machine learning. By the way, Dremio allow us to have a very simple architecture to build our data platform. Okay, it was theory. Now let's talk about practice. I will give here some feedback on how we use Dremio at Synaltic. I will start with a simple BI architecture as a first stack. I will continue with a use case where we need to manage historical data layer, and I will end with how you can employ Dremio in a streaming approach. Here, our customer developed an in-house application based on 4 main domains. They cannot get a global vision of their activity. They have 4 PostgreSQL DBs. We simply set up Dremio in the middle, plus the object storage, and voila. In 1 month, our customer get the insight they want to follow. Our customer also opens the lakehouse to its product owner, and they built a data-driven approach in their activity. Okay, another stack. We start with the external query, a clause of Dremio in the SQL of Dremio, to continue providing the same queries and the same result the customer already have with his last analytical pipeline. To manage state, we need to handle historical data. We first import the create as table command. And because we need to schedule those pipeline, we create an Airflow operator for Dremio. And now we start developing a talent component for Dremio through the JDBC bridge. The tests are conclusive. Okay, here some screenshot of the operator of Airflow for Dremio. Okay, now I will show you a demo of that stack. Imagine you have various store, and you need to have the perspective or the vision of your last inventory quantities. You could use, in fact, that stack with Debezium Kafka Connect to deliver your insight. Okay, quick demo. Okay. Okay. Here I show you the store. Okay, it's Magento. As you understand, and the demo of Magento. We will connect on the backend. Go to the product page control for get the quantity we have already. In the scenario, we imagine a warehouse manager shared with us the last inventory file. So we have to upload it in Magento. But before that, I will explain and show you the architecture. Okay. So we will. Okay. Okay. Here we are. So before Debezium will listen all the change in the inventory table. After that, Debezium will deliver the data to Kafka. Finally, Kafka with a special Kafka Connect, whose name is Kafka Connect Iceberg, will send the data to the cloud storage. Here we use Min.io for the example. Okay, but now we try to show how we do that. So we import the data, the file of the inventory in Magento. We choose the add update features. Okay, now we check the data if the file it's in a good quality. Okay, it's okay. So now we could import. We start the importation. We fill the table with a new value, and we will check we have the good quantity, the new quantity in Magento. Okay, we have now 300. Okay, for all. It's an example, and we could continue now and check if we have the data now in Kafka and validate the Debezium component works fine. Okay, we go to the message. Message come once again. Okay, we get it. So in the message, we will show that we have the value before, okay, 100 here, and okay, the payload of Debezium. We have the new quantity here. Okay. So we continue the pipeline now with Kafka Connect Iceberg. Okay. And we will go to the Minayo. So we are in the administration of Minayo, and we will browse the content. Okay, here we are. We have our data here, and we know the Iceberg organization. So we have data with Parquet file and metadata here. So the connector works fine. And now we go to Dremio, and with Dremio, we will have to format. Okay, we go to the data lake, we browse our content, we format the table to have the PDS in Dremio, and voila, we could get our data now inside of Dremio. What is interesting here is that we set up a quick environment, a quick stack where we could get the insight of data. Oops. Oops, sorry. Okay, so what you could keep in mind is that you could simply build architecture to stream your decision. It's very simple now through that kind of stack, and Dremio also with this GTBC bridge. Could be used to fill the data directly, and Dremio will also be a kind of proxy to your Iceberg table. It's something that we already test with a talent component. So at Synalytic, with all we present today, we will focus in help Dremio to be more ecosystem ready with a connector like the Airflow operator, talent component, and also the connector of Kafka Connect Iceberg that getting data create. And it will be interesting to have that to stream your data. Okay. Okay. Thanks a lot, everyone, for your attention, and thanks again, Dremio and Subsurface team for its support and this nice organization.